Oh, everybody, happy Friday and welcome back to Successful Wear LLC. And this is a quick little short video that I feel like is needed, so I did this video. If you're new to t-shirt making, if you just started a t-shirt business or a custom printing business, or you're working with vinyl and you have to weed, or you have a piece of vinyl, you cut out an image with your Cricut or your silhouette or whatever have you, and you have to weed. So weeding that's this tool that you have to use right here, and you use this tool to lift your image off whatever, off the vinyl, off of vinyl, that you cut from whatever device you use, be it a Cricut, be it a silhouette, Cameo, whatever you use, that's, to cut with, you'll get an image. So I'm gonna show you. You might not be able to see this. Let's see if you can see this. Zoom out a little bit because it might be a little. Let me hold this up. So when I hold this up, I don't know if you can see this. Let me get off the glare of the light because the light is glaring on it. But when I zoom, when I push the camera in close, you'll see like some of this image. And this is on the opposite side because this image has to be mirrored. And if I zoom in a little bit closer, you can see probably like the little cuts. But the big reason why I did this video is because a lot of people, when you start in the t-shirt business and you come into this big question, what am I supposed to weed out and what am I, oh, see, that's a good part right there. What am I supposed to leave and what am I supposed to weed out? I'll give you an easy hack to find out what you're supposed to weed and what you're not supposed to weed. So when you have your image, here's the image, said image, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's a skull head. It's a new Cricut image, and I'm so happy about this because Cricut has finally, that's another thing, let me also say, Cricut has finally introduce images, or letting us have images that people are creating, and if you are subscribed to them, where they have like cannabis leaves, cannabis cigarettes, marijuana cigarettes, and things like that. I've been waiting for that for the longest. So this is actually a skull head with a weed leaf right on top. So when you go to weed out, you'll have your part of your weeder right there, and it's sharp at the edge. And some people are like, why is she doing this video? This is so trivial. But it's really not, because I had to learn this. And learning all this stuff is important because it saves you money and it saves you from wasting money. So when you look at your image on the side that, is that you're going to have to weed, well, you would weed from this side. So you would take your weeder. First off, you mirror your image. You would take and you would cut on this side. You would put the vinyl on your Cricut mat like that. That's how you would put it. You would mirror it and you would put it this side facing on your Cricut board, so that when you get ready to weed it, you're gonna weed from this same side, not this side. I also learned a hack, again, for new people. If you don't know which side to weed, know that when you take your weeder, I'll show you. My daughter showed me this hack, and you lift up like this. Let's see if I can get it in, hold the camera. Being a little fussy. Yeah, you'll dig in there like that. You see, and it goes like that. That's the side you weed. If you're not supposed to weed that side, see how it comes up like that? And you try to weed said wrong side, you'll notice you'll take your weeder and you'll go like this, and you can't create a hole. It won't let you create a hole to lift because it's supposed to be mirrored and you weed on this side. So back to what this video is about. What do I supposed to weed and what do I leave? So if you look at your image on this side, which is the side that is cut on the Cricut, you will see like some parts that are plain, and you'll see some parts that are like outlined, if you will. The ones that are outlined is the ones you weed. The ones that are like, they set plain and they don't have any outline around it, those are what you leave. You don't weed that. A lot of people see complicated images like this, and then they'll be like, and like I said, you can't really see it because, you know, the light's shining on it. But what I'm going to do is I'll probably leave this image after I weed it, put a picture on it so that you guys can see how it looked. You want to pay attention to this side, because this side kind of usually tells you exactly what to weed. Because on this side, it's going to have the outlines detailed. And you're going to know, like, oh, that has to come out, that has to come out. You'll see it. It's going to be raised. It's going to be light. It's going to be lighter than the other ones. And that is the ones you weed. So if you ever run into this problem and you just started using a CRICUT, or you just started using a cutting device, and you're like, you get an image that's big and you have to weed it out using a weeder, which is similar to like if you go to a dentist and they have to use these to clean your teeth. It's the same kind of tool that they use for weeding as well. And that's because it lifts the vinyl up and it allows you to leave what's supposed to be. Sometimes it lifts some of this image, the image where you'll have like your outline left, but you'll still have to weed within the middle. So that's that. Like it will. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm gonna show you guys. So we're gonna stand this up like this, and we're gonna demonstrate. So here's my weeder. And I usually start, some people have their preferences where they started. Some people like to weed inside and then do the outside. I like to pull the piece off first, if I can, meaning the whole piece. So I usually start right there. I'll get it, like I said, and that's, again, if you're not sure which side that you're supposed to weed, always and try to take the weeder and lift up the piece of paper. My daughter showed me that when I first started. She was like, Mom, you know how you can tell which side? Because it's going to lift. If you weed on the other side, it won't lift. So you want to pull this off. And in peeling it, I'm going to let you guys see it. You'll start to see my image come alive. You see it? You'll see the pieces of my image. And the reason why I do this, guys, let me move it back so you can see it more. The reason why I do this is because I like to at least get a better picture of what I'm dealing with. If I peel the outside first, then I know what, you know, I got my baseline to work with, and then I'll just work on the inside with weeding, like the eyes or whatever detail. And a lot of people get scared when they see images that are detailed with weed, and they're like, oh gosh, because I used to see a big image and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to weed that? Now I don't. I see those images and I'm like, I flip my paper on this side. I look at what looks white, because it's going to be like lighter. It's going to be like little white lines or little white dots that are more detailed. That's what you weed. And so then you don't have to get scared when you see a big image like that. So, or a detailed image, should I say. I won't say a big image, like an image that has a lot of detail, like lines and things like that. Don't get scared when you see that and you have to weed, because everything has an easy way of doing it. And so now, guys, I'm going to show you. I'm actually glad I did do this, because this is actually going to save somebody out there. This is the most thing that people do all the time, and it's so you know, easy to do. So you got a baseline, guys. You see that? And so what it is it's the skull. He has he has his two fists. He has his lighter in that hand. And then he has and again, this is a CRICUT design. I'm subscribed to CRICUT, so that's where I got this from. You can find this image right on CRICUT. And what I did was I actually weeded out the outline. Like I said, I like to start on the outside and then do the inside. Some people like to start in and do out. I feel like it's better to do the outside and work in, because then you'll see, look at that. You already kind of know what this is. And that's the smoke. And those are two marijuana blends. So now this image has detail, a lot of detail. You can't see it. Oh, actually you could, so let me zoom in. It's a piece of vinyl I have. So if you look closely, you'll see there's detail. There's so much detail in this image. Let's see if I flip it around and say you can see it. Look. Can you guys see that? There you go. You see all the detail in the face and in the skull? So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to read. So right off the rip, I'm seeing, in another way you can tell what you read is you kind of feel for the pieces, or you look on your side and see there'll be like a little tear, because it's letting you know that's where it needs to be weeded. Let me see if I can point on one. If you guys can see that. It'll be like a little line on there that will show you exactly where you're supposed to weed at or whatever. So this, right off the rip, it has a marijuana leaf that has to be weeded out. So I look at it and I'm like, okay. I pull my marijuana leaf off. And once you weed and you've been weeding for some time, you'll start to notice, like, like I said, you'll see, like, okay, this is kind of, it will become first, like, you will know right off the rip if that wasn't what you were supposed to weed, because when you start to pull it, something won't pull, or it will still stay on the mat. That's because it wasn't supposed to be lifted. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, that's so true. Yes, because I've been through this, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I know somebody out there. So look at that. That's first piece weeded. Look at that. You see that, guys? First piece. Now, I'm going to weed another part that supposed to be taken out. And like I said, when you get to do this a lot and you've done it, you'll begin to start to know right off the rip, oh, okay, so that comes out. Because you'll feel it, and when you feel it, like, it's not going to lift. And when it doesn't lift, that's how you can kind of know, like, oh, okay, so that wasn't supposed to be weeded or whatever. Like, you'll just know. So, looking at that, because I think, yeah, that was supposed to be weeded, but I don't know if I took off a little piece that wasn't. Let me look at this again. Because, see, this comes into play. So this part right here, I believe was supposed to be weeded. I'm 100% sure it was. But then when I got down to the bottom, I noticed that, like I said, something down here didn't go. So I probably went too far. And it let me know, like, nope, that's not supposed to be ripped. So we stopped there. Now, I'm going to go on the other side. And I'm going to look. It's better also to kind of look at your weeding parts that you feel like is going to come out before you even weed them, so that you'll also kind of know what you're working with. Or flip it on the other side just to get yourself familiar with it. So now I'm going to weed out and I am carefully looking at it, because like I said, I just want to make sure I don't weed out the wrong thing. So now, yep, this is the right thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed out another part. And this is a good vinyl. Having a good vinyl is actually a good thing, because it matters when this is all said and done, like the kind of vinyl. So now, guys, so I'm going to show you, and it's probably good that I'm doing this video, because, and I wear glasses, so I probably am missing a little bit of this. But when I would begin to weed this, even the same thing happened on this side. So I would say 90% something over here was not supposed to be weeded, because if so, it shouldn't be a problem when I go to rip it. And this was, like, once I started, it started fine up here, but then once, just like on this side, when I got down here, it stops. So something on here, I wasn't supposed to go all the way down, or like, and you will know when you've made a mistake. And again, that's why we do these videos, because mistakes can be made and we can correct them. And having a business, you will know not to do that in the future. So the way of correcting this mistake is to just keep turning your image around and looking at it like, okay, so, and you'll get a better look at, okay, so maybe that was supposed to be weeded. And then you'll go back and you'll see, okay, is anything else over here that I missed that was supposed to be weeded? Because this is not lifting. Maybe I missed something. And I'm saying, well, no. So I'm going to go to the eyebrows. Because if you miss something, when you're done, it's going to let you know that. It's not going to look right. It's not going to match your image on your Cricut, and it's just not going to look right. So we're going to try to see how this goes. And I started just like do a couple of pieces, weed it, but why not just weed it all so you guys can see? In case I do make a mistake, you'll know not to do that mistake. So, let me see when I come. Okay, so. So I'm looking at my image and I'm thinking I might know where I made a mistake at. Because apparently I'm going to have to weed on this side again. And even this side is like small little weeders that have to come up. So guys, so far, this is what I'm getting. And if you notice, you'll see on the sides, it's like a little rough. Because again, I can promise you there's something that I probably wasn't supposed to weed on that side that I did. And again, the point of this video is so that we can see and so that you guys can know, that, and hopefully I don't mess it up, so that this will be just a waste of a video. But you will know that, like, oh, okay, so that wasn't supposed to come out. Or, oh, okay, so that was supposed to come out. And when you get to lifting your image up, and if it gives you a problem or it pulls back on you, odds are it wasn't. See, like if you look at that, see, that came right out. If it pulls back and it's like aggressive, like not coming off, then you probably weren't supposed to lift that specific piece off. So now we're going to go over to, let me see, what else let's see. Now I'm just weeding out the eyes. And then I'm going to lay down the... And what I was going to say was, like, in an image like this, if you do happen to weed it off a little bit and you are making a shirt or something, it's okay because you can clean it up. You can just, like, push the pieces together. And this is adhesive vinyl, so it's kind of very easy to work with. It's going to lay back down. And so far, my face is coming out pretty good. So whatever I did wrong, it's not showing up too bad right now. So... now, in between, I see there's a nose right there. And that nose, let me see if I can zoom it in there for you guys. It's like it's right here, guys. See that nose right there? It's flat. It doesn't have any ridges around it. Doesn't have any rays. So on face value, when I look at that, I'm going to think, okay, that doesn't get weeded. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to try to weed that. I'm going to try to go to something else. In the face that I feel like should be weeded. So I'm going to start to, let's see. Yep, there you go. And again, I'm taking my time with it because I haven't even done the little cigarette, the hand things, but I'm just giving you guys a little idea of, like I said, what you want to weed and what you don't. And it's going to be important because if you weed the wrong things, then you mess up your whole image. You mess up, money because you wasted money weeding that image. And you don't want to do that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just looking for my parts that I do have to weed. And this image has teeth in it. So a lot of time when you have a skull that has teeth, sometimes the teeth stays, sometimes some of it comes out. So when I look at this, if I can push it back, see if you guys can see it. When I look at this, you can see like the outlines around the teeth. So I would be willing to bet, like if I pull one piece up, it would probably just And that's another thing with vinyl. If you pull a good spot up and it's supposed to be like teeth or something, it will pull all the other teeth up, which makes it easy for you to cut your vinyl. And you don't have to be like, oh, this part is not coming up, because when you lift one part up, it all comes up together. So I'm going to think that this, and I'll hold my foot up like this. When I look at this teeth, let me see how this goes. Because I'm looking for, okay, so I found the part down here that got to come in. I'm going to work around it so I can kind of get context clues on what's supposed to come on. So I found, okay. I found a little spot. Let me see if I lift that up, if it will lift the rest of my image. Because a lot of times, guys, if you do something like that, like I said with the teeth, it will lift up all the rest of the teeth for you, which will make it, your image, easier to lift. So I'm going to lift this up because I feel like this is supposed to be lifted. Yep. And I'm just going to pull each piece, and hopefully I don't ruin this. Sorry, guys. See, I'm turning it around because I just want to make sure I don't ruin this image. Okay. Kind of want to try to pull with your vinyl and work with it and let it guide you. So what I'm doing is like I said, this is one of those pieces where you start to pull it and it lets you know which part of the teeth. See, it already started to comes out. You see that? And it's starting to come together, guys. And that's, you want to try to get a vinyl piece like that. Sometimes it doesn't, I mean, have your image easy like that, because it will come right out and it will make it easier for you, so you don't have to be wondering, oh, okay, well, what do I cut? So now I'm going to go back and find still what else has to be cut from this image that I have to lift so that it can come right off. Sorry, guys, this is taking so long, but when you do things like this, it's okay to take long because you want to try to get it right and you don't want to mess up nothing. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get it right so I don't mess up none of this that I don't want messed up. And like I said, if you start to pull your image and it pulls away from you, then you want to try to let go and go to what else works, because that means that 9 times out of 10 it probably wasn't the right part to pull. So let's see if this was the right spot. I'm going to try to remove that. Yeah. You want to kind of just follow your image. And if you notice, I'm having problems with this because I feel like something over here I cut but not supposed to cut. Well, pulled but not supposed to. So what I do is I just let it fall down. I peel it off and still saving the image. Still saving the image. You just got to work with your image. If it's pulling against from you, it's probably not supposed to be cut. If it lets you lift it and it lifts like this did, it is supposed to be cut. And you see how the teeth are still staying on there because those are supposed to, the surrounding image is supposed to be cut, but the teeth are supposed to stay. And the nose is supposed to stay. So now I'm going back to looking for more pieces that I have to cut. And I just found another one. And like I said, once you start to do this a lot, it will become secondhand. You will feel it. You will feel your image like you say, okay, so this is supposed, or you will feel it like do this. It will pull up, but then it will stop. So that means something's not supposed to be, or there's another part to it that got to be cut or whatever. So this one has another side. So I'm going to go over here on this side. Start to lift that. And then pull the rest down. And guys, that's basically what you want to do. You want to keep doing that, and you want to keep following your image. And now, like I said, I'm pretty sure I probably missed this by a little bit, but I don't think that I did too bad with that, because as you see, you still can see the face. Everything is very detailed. The main part of this exercise is, again, just so that you guys could just be aware and know, and try not to waste your images or waste money on pulling on something or cutting on vinyl that because like, see, for example, so I'll show you the mishap right here, because it's not let's show it. So you see right here, that piece right here, see how that piece is hanging down and it doesn't go with nothing. When I went to pull it, it's just stayed. Okay, what I would do in a situation like that is I would take my weeder or scissors or your finger and just pull it away, but pull it neatly so it doesn't look bad. And the reason why for that is because, again, in this situation, it probably wasn't supposed, maybe only a little bit of that was supposed to be cut. So couple I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And I know, like, maybe some parts I probably, like, couple of little spots I probably over weeded, but you guys get the gist of it. If you allow your weeding to if you start to peel your weeding, or you start to lift your weeding and it starts to come up, you want to let the weeding direct you. You want to let the weeding tell you, okay, well, this is the way to go. If you do that, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come out right when it comes to weeding. But if you're doing it wrong, it's not going to let you weed it. It's going to say, nope, like right here, perfect example. It'll stop. It won't let you. So then what you could do is, if it's not right, you lay that part right back down because it's vinyl. And then you go to another part and you say, okay, so where over here do I weed? Because that part didn't let me weed it. So let me try something else. And you want to just keep on working with it until you find your medium and your part that is not giving you problems, and that your image looks and you want to keep holding your image up and comparing your image to whatever you cut on your Cricut and saying, okay, so that does look a little bit off, something I missed. So I'm showing you guys, yep, it's doing what I said. This is one of those parts where it lifts. Now, something over here wasn't supposed to lift, so I'm going to just slowly just cut that off like that. I don't want to mess up my image, and I still can save this. But I want to show you guys this. Messed up and all, it still came out excellent. Still, look at that. And in making a mistake, you can always go back, lay the vinyl down, because if it wasn't supposed to be lifted, it's vinyl. It could just be laid back down, and you could go to the parts that's supposed to be lifted. If you notice, there's no nose there, because that says from my spot that actually, I think that's supposed to be cut out. Actually, now that I look at it, yeah, the nose is supposed to come out, to be honest. Yep. I couldn't see the line around it. And again, I have glasses, so I'm sorry, and there's a little glare in here. So let's show you that. Yep. So look at the nose, guys. I was wrong. The nose is supposed to be coming out. So when I turned it around, that's why I said always reference your front, because your front is going to let you know what is wrong, what you're not supposed to weed, what you are supposed to weed. Your front reference is also going to tell you, like, it's going to keep letting you see how the image is coming out. And then if you turn it around, it also tells you, look at that. That shows you the back way. This is the front, because that's what's going to be on the shirt, this side. And this is the back that you got to weave. So guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys don't forget to share this video, like this video, and subscribe to Successful Wear LLC on YouTube, guys. Happy Friday to all of you, and happy business ventures, and happy weaving. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.